All right, let's call the meeting of the HDC to order at 6:07. I'm Ashley Meyer. If you guys could introduce yourselves.
I'm Grace Sales.
Sarah Cohn.
Marianne Lawrence.
First item on the agenda is approval of the minutes for the May 14th meeting. Have you guys gotten a chance to look it over? And if so, is there any corrections?
I move to approve the meeting minutes of Wednesday, May 14th, 2025, approved as submitted.
Support.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Moving on. Public comment on any non-agenda items. Seeing no public, I think it's safe to say that there isn't any. Next item, any old business? There isn't any. New business, case HDC 2514, 518 North Jackson Street. We do not have a representative here as far as I can tell, so Tony, if you want to give us a rundown.
So the applicant is proposing to replace the existing wood siding at 518 North Jackson. The new siding would also include wrapping all trim and door casings. I believe the applicant proposed an aluminum material. I'm going to scoot to the applicant's work description and kind of skim through it. Oops. 2 seconds.
Do you know, Tony, what their plans for the shutters? Are they putting those back, or what's the plan, do you know?
I do not. My assumption based off of the applicant not mentioning the shutters, I'm going to go to the rendering they proposed here on page 8, starting on page 18. It shows the proposal including the shutters. I would assume they're going back on probably after repainting.
It looks like the rendering is a replica of what was already there, and it looks like some windows that didn't have it, they're doing the same thing again, not having it.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know why the applicant is redoing everything?
I believe from the
that.
description it talked about, let's see. Yeah, my assumption based off of the condition of siding on the home was that it was not holding paint any longer.
Well, in the project description, it said that they'll be replacing it to ensure its long-term structural and aesthetic integrity of the property.
Yeah, I mean, it preserves the structure, especially when you can't afford to paint it every 10 years.
Well, and I think past when we've approved siding like this, we've always took the stance that as long as it could be removed and it wasn't, causing an issue for them to go back to the wood siding, there was not a problem.
Right, which it sounds, I mean, from what I can tell and looking at the pictures of the house, it doesn't seem to me, unless I'm misunderstanding, that there's anything. I mean, Tony, I mean, are you aware of anything that would have to be removed or altered in order to side?
That I do not know. Again, in lieu of the applicant being here, I don't have insight into, my understanding was that I was not privy to whether they were removing the wood or not. It could be a condition that the approval is based off of the wood not being removed, and that it's going over it.
Just put this over top so we could do a motion to approve it with the condition that the vinyl goes over the wood siding that's existing.
You can condition that, yes.
So, did anybody drive by the house? I drove by the house, and I'll be honest with you, it just looks like it needs to be repainted, and there's some boards that look loose. So I'm not really sure why you would need to redo the whole entire house.
Well, repainting every 10 years is expensive, and my guess is that people don't want to keep repainting it all the time, especially people who are low income.
I would assume it's a maintenance issue. And when they put in their description about the long-term, you know, and longevity of it, I'm sure that's what it is. If you paint, I mean, we have to paint our place, certain areas of it, and over time, it gets expensive.
It's almost the same to paint it as it is to vinyl it, except for the vinyl lasts for, 30, 40 years, assuming it doesn't get damaged, and the paint you have to do every 10. So, and believe it or not, painting prices are about the same as vinyl. It's insane.
Yeah, but if they were the same, wouldn't you, I mean, considering that it's an historic house and we want to keep to the Department of the Interior regulations, or, in terms of, the materials should be the same, and if the cost is the same, why not preserve it in the manner in which that we want
We
historic homes
approve
preserved?
siding all the time. There's no reason, it doesn't harm the structure, and there's nothing in the guidelines that, at least that I can recall, that, really speaks against it. You're preserving the structural integrity of the house, and frankly, it's much more likely to, not have damage wrapped up in vinyl than it is paint. Because again, the paint peels, and then you have to pay another, $20,000 to have it repainted every 10 years.
And from what I'm reading here, the vinyl that they're proposing to put on is going to be the same size, the same width as what is existing?
Correct.
So it shouldn't change the appearance of what is already there.
Yeah, they even showed a picture of the measurement on the siding to show stuff that they're putting on is identical. Yeah, I mean, the reality is it looks like it's not.
It's wear and tear. I mean, I drive by it every day.
I mean, houses do get to the point where they won't hold paint for very long anymore unless you strip them all the way back, which is more insanely laborious and expensive than it's worth. So, I mean, it's not my house, so I can't tell you how well it paints, but there's literally no reason not to let them do that. It's more likely to preserve the structure than repainting it. And at the end of the day, that's, in my opinion.
We have an applicant with us.
Hi, do you happen to be here for 518 North Jackson? Fantastic. Do you want to step up to the podium and make sure to sign in? There should be a sheet there. We were just discussing your project. Maybe you can speak to why you would like, or you're the contractor actually, right? Okay, sorry. But if you could just give us a brief description.
I gotta catch my breath from the stairs.
When you do begin, just make sure to speak into the microphone for the record. Yeah. Thank you.
They closed down the street at the bridge, so I was stuck in that traffic. Is Anthony someone that's here?
That's me.
That's you? Okay, I'm Brian. I emailed you. I had no other way to contact, but I apologize. Thank you for your patience. Speaking on the project, Mr. Sinclair is looking to obviously fix up his home. He's in the historic district. We plan on using a premium siding for that, so it's a lifetime siding. The wood is really beyond repair at this point for him to be able to do. We're also using commercial grade stock coil for all of his windows and the longest warranty caulk on the market that we've been using for 25 years. So the window wraps and the siding, we also use a 3/8-inch fan fold underneath the siding. So that house will be in pristine condition for the next 50 to 60 years minimum. We're staying with the historic area. Obviously, we're matching the color with the fire brick red also.
And our board doesn't actually have a overview on color either.
Pardon?
We don't determine what color you can use, just so you know.
All right.
We don't oversee color. The siding that you're replacing, or let me ask you, are you replacing the wood siding, or are you just putting the vinyl over the wood?
We're going over the vinyl, yep.
Okay.
Or, I'm sorry, going over the wood.
And it's going to be the same size as what's existing?
4.5 inch, yes. Yep, 4.5 inch clapboard. And for us and historic districts, they're important projects for us. As a premium product, I want you to know we feel every house in the historic district, it should be a premium product because you never know what the next owner may do. So you want to make sure that product's good and it's going to last a lifetime of the house.
Thank you.
Yes.
And I'll ask you just for confirmation, are the shutters going back?
The shutters homeowners was responsible for. We'll take them off. If he puts them back on, he can for style. Is that a project that you guys need the shutters back on? I worried about putting that aged shutter back onto a brand new siding. So I can have personal opinions such as he should get new shutters.
Do you know the condition that they're, I mean, I'm sure they need to be painted, but I mean, do you know if they're rotted or if they're damaged?
No, I think they are repairable. I think you could paint them and put them back up, yes.
But there is some sort of intent to put them back.
We don't have it in our job scope to put those back up. We can put it in the job scope if it's required by the historic district.
If the homeowner, if within our conversation we feel that it's necessary those go back on, would you propose that it would be able to put the ones that are existing back on, or that you'd need something that's vinyl that would go with the side?
How I feel about the historic district and the work that we try to do in any of them that we run across throughout the state of Michigan, I tell the homeowner it's required for the job that he take them down and start to repaint them so we can put them back up. If we're going to do the work on one side of it, whether take them down, we would rather have them finished so we can put them back up properly.
But you feel that the ones that are there are in a condition that they could be put back on?
I do.
Okay.
Yep. And he may need to repaint them to do so, though. But we have time between then and actually our installation that he has time to do that. I think he's capable of it also.
We could always, I mean, I don't know if anybody has a strong feeling about keeping them versus replacing them, but I mean, we could stipulate
Shutters.
just that the shutters, some sort of same size shutter goes back on. I mean, we wouldn't necessarily have to necessitate that it be.
On the windows that already have shutters.
Right, right.
I mean, I wouldn't make them put them on ones that
I mean, not to say they
don't,
couldn't.
not that they could, right?
Right. Probably I mean, hold on. There's clearly been some additions to this house, so, it looks like it's probably just, hold on.
We'd at least want to see them at least on the windows that already have them existing.
Correct.
It appears the main portion of the house, the front, original prairie style part of the structure has the shutters on all the windows.
That's what I was just looking at, if any of them didn't. Yeah, I mean, it's basically a foursquare that people slapped a bunch of stuff onto. So, I mean, the original house, short of that weird little tiny window up in the corner, it looks like it probably wasn't original. But The rest look like they're probably added later. If there's no other questions or comments, is there a motion on the floor?
I move that the Historic District Commission approve a certificate of appropriateness for the work described and depicted on the work review application for case HDC 25-14. The applicant has demonstrated that the work will comply with the U.S. Secretary of the Interior standards for rehabilitation 1 through 6, 9, and 10, as well as Section 6411C of the city's Historic Preservation District regulations, with the condition that the siding being proposed will go over the existing siding, not to replace the existing siding, and that shutters will be returned to at least the main portion of the home that already has existing shutters. Whether the applicant chooses to rehabilitate the existing shutters or replace it with shutters with a similar size and shape.
Is there support?
Support.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Motion carries. Note there is one dissenting
Right.
vote. Your motion passes.
Thank you
You
very
can
much. I
follow up
appreciate
with
the time.
Tony in the office for the next steps.
Okay. I appreciate your time. Thank you for your patience.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. We didn't do public comment again, Tony.
It's all right, there's no public here,
But
so,
since there's no public,
right.
I feel like, yeah, okay. Thank you, sorry.
thank you.
All right, is there any other business to come before the committee?
Not at this time. There will be a meeting on, I believe I said June 25th, so 2 weeks. There'll be 2 cases. I believe it is a small side porch and on a corner lot, and a window case. So we'll have 2 of those.
Cool. Does anybody have anything else? All right, that being said, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Support.
We are out at 6:25.